After this week's monumental rulings, the media reported that America has had a rapid change of heart about gay marriage over the past year. But that's not exactly true. We did not get to this point overnight. 10 years ago, CBN News began exposing a secret long-term strategy to convert America into a pro-gay culture. Here's part one of a groundbreaking report from Paul Strand.
Alan Sears and his co-author, Craig Austin, in a book called The Homosexual Agenda, warn about a complex and well-thought-out strategy to make America gay-friendly and hostile to those who resist. These Christian authors quote extensively from After the Ball, a 1989 gay manifesto that laid out this agenda. Many gays deny such an agenda exists.
There's no secret plan or even public plan at this point.
But the authors themselves discuss in the book a 1988 summit of gay leaders in Warrenton, Virginia to agree on the agenda. These authors are a reportedly brilliant researcher into the brain, Marshall Kirk, and a Harvard-trained expert in public persuasion tactics, Hunter Madsen. The two proposed using on Straight America tactics remarkably similar to the brainwashing methods of Mao Zedong's Communist Chinese, mixed with Madison Avenue's most persuasive selling techniques. The purpose of this brainwashing? Quote, using the very processes that made America hate us to turn their hatred into warm regard, whether they like it or not. First, the two proposed homosexuals and their liberal allies should desensitize heterosexuals by getting homosexuality talked about as much as possible in the straight world. Quote, the main thing is talk about gayness until the issue becomes thoroughly tiresome. You can forget about trying right up front to persuade folks that homosexuality is a good thing, but if you can get them to think it is just another thing, meriting no more than a shrug of the shoulders, then your battle for legal and social rights is virtually won.
We're talking about a demand for a behavior that not only wants to not be condemned, but to have every affirmation from every possible point that it is correct, it's good, and it's approved.
Now look at the media. There's a tidal wave of gays and gay themes.
You're gay?
I'm gay.
He just doesn't seem gay.
I didn't seem gay before I came out.
Yeah, you did.
Another point Kirk and Madsen push, portray gays as victims of circumstance and oppression, not as aggressive challengers. Gays must be portrayed as victims in need of protection so that straights will be inclined by reflex to assume the role of protector.
Suddenly those who choose homosexual behavior, sodomy, are victims. It's crazy.
But have homosexuals won on getting themselves seen as a persecuted minority? Turning to the movies,
the Bible is black and white.
The wildly popular Saved portrays born-again Christians as cruel homophobes trying to reprogram poor, young, misunderstood gays in their midst. Trembling Before God is about how Orthodox and Hasidic homosexuals are persecuted and not accepted. The Conspiracy of Silence argues some gay priests are hounded to death because they can't act out their homosexuality. And the list of gay-centered, gay-sympathetic shows goes on and on. These days, some 30 regular homosexual characters are being beamed into your home by the major networks every week. As Kirk and Madsen put it, quote, the average American watches over 7 hours of TV daily. Those hours open up a gateway into the private world of straights through which a Trojan horse might be passed. Paul Strand, CBN News, Washington.